You're in the moment. Things are heating up. Connection is strong, and everything feels right. Then, out of nowhere, a wave of intense anxiety washes over you. Your heart starts pounding. A jolt of adrenaline surges through your body. And your erection, which just seconds ago was firm and ready, suddenly retreats. It's gone, right there, mid-act. This is what many men refer to as panic in the bedroom. And it's an incredibly frustrating, often humiliating experience that causes sudden erection loss mid-act. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. And it is not a sign of fundamental flaw. What you're experiencing is a sophisticated, albeit inconvenient response from your own nervous system. It's not about lack of desire or your body failing you. It's about your brain and body reacting to perceived threat in the exact wrong moment. In this video, I'm going to demystify this sudden adrenaline spike that causes your erection to vanish. I'll explain the precise neurological mechanism behind it, why it happens, and crucially, I will share a powerful 3-step framework that I use every day to help men like you understand and regain control over this deeply unsettling experience. I am Mark Goldberg, a certified sex therapist specializing in psychogenic erectile dysfunction. For years, I've worked with men across all ages who are struggling with erections that just don't show up, or worse, disappear just when they need them most. My work focuses on bridging the gap between what you think is happening and what your body is actually doing. And I'll also give you some practical tools to change that pattern. The gap we're talking about today is the chasm between wanting desperately to perform and connect and your body betraying you with a sudden, debilitating adrenaline rush. You want to feel confident, present, and reliably aroused. Instead, you're left with confusion, embarrassment, and a profound sense of failure. It feels like your body has a mind of its own, but the truth is, it's following very specific, understandable, and ultimately manageable instructions from your brain. So let's talk about this adrenaline spike. What exactly is happening inside your body when your erection suddenly disappears in the middle of the act? This phenomenon is rooted in your autonomic nervous system, which has 2 main branches, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Think of the sympathetic branch as your body's brake. It's responsible for the fight or flight response. The parasympathetic branch is your body's gas pedal, responsible for rest and digest, and crucially, for sexual arousal and erections. For an erection to occur and be maintained, your parasympathetic nervous system needs to be in charge. It's the relaxed, safe, calm state where blood flow can freely engorge the penis. Now, imagine you're engaged in sexual activity, things are going well, and then a thought intrudes. Maybe it's a worry about performance, a fleeting self-conscious image, a memory of a past failure, or simply the pressure of the moment reaching a critical threshold. Your brain, interpreting this thought or feeling as a threat, instantly switches from rest and digest to fight or flight. This triggers the release of stress hormones, primarily adrenaline, also known as epinephrine, and norepinephrine. These are powerful neurotransmitters designed to prepare your body for immediate action, like to run from a tiger or stand and fight. When adrenaline and norepinephrine surge through your system, they cause a cascade of physical changes. Your heart rate increases, your breath quickens, and crucially for our discussion, your blood vessels constrict, particularly in the non-essential areas like the penis. This process, called vasoconstriction, rapidly reduces blood flow to the erectile tissues. When blood is shunted away from the penis and toward your major muscle groups, your erection simply cannot be sustained. It's physically impossible. Does this sudden shift, this feeling of your body tensing up and your erection fading sound familiar to you? It's not a lack of desire. It's a physiological response to perceived danger, a false alarm from your nervous system. You might be asking, like many men do, why does my erection suddenly go soft right when things are getting intense? This is a common and incredibly frustrating pattern. The reason it often happens during moments of heightened intensity or approaching climax is precisely because those moments carry the greatest perceived pressure. Your brain, especially if it's already predisposed to anxiety or performance worry, registers the rising stakes. It interprets the intensity not as pure pleasure, but as critical performance moment. The closer you get to the perceived finish line, the higher the stakes feel, and the more likely your brain is to trigger that sympathetic overdrive. It's a protective mechanism gone awry, attempting to save you from a potential failure by shutting down the very system needed for success. It's like your internal alarm system is set far too sensitively. This creates a vicious cycle. One experience of an erection failing mid-act due to an adrenaline spike embeds itself in your memory. The next time you're intimate, that memory creates anticipatory anxiety. You start monitoring your erection, waiting for it to fail. This constant mental vigilance, this self-surveillance, is itself a form of stress. It keeps your sympathetic nervous system on a high alert, making you even more susceptible to an adrenaline spike and an erection loss. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's exhausting. So, what can you actually do about it? How do you break free from this pattern and regain control over your body's autonomic responses? The solution lies not in fighting the adrenaline spike, but in understanding it, acknowledging it, and consciously shifting your nervous system's state. I teach men a 3-step framework for doing this. Step 1, awareness and acknowledgement. The first and most crucial step is to recognize what's happening in real time. When you feel that first flicker of anxiety, that subtle tightening, or the beginning of the heart flutter, instead of panicking, simply label it. Mentally say to yourself, this is my sympathetic nervous system activating. This is an adrenaline surge. Acknowledging it rather than fighting it begins to disarm its power. Fighting it only adds fuel to the fire, confirming to your brain that there is indeed something to be afraid of. By naming it, you create a tiny bit of distance, a small space between you and the automatic reaction. You are observing, not reacting. This is difficult at first, but with practice, it becomes a powerful tool. Step 2, conscious regulation through the nervous system. Once you've acknowledged the adrenaline spike, your next move is to deliberately activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. The most effective and immediate way to do this is through your breath, specifically by engaging your vagal nerve. The vagal nerve is a major component of your parasympathetic system, and you can directly influence it. When you feel that surge, try this. Slow, deep belly breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Feeling your belly expand. Hold for a count of 4. Gently hold that breath. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6 or 8. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. This extended exhale is key to signaling safety to your brain and activating the nerve. Do this for several breaths. Focus entirely on the sensation of your breathing. This simple technique is profoundly powerful. It signals to your brain that the perceived threat is not real and you are actually safe. As your parasympathetic system comes back online, it starts to counteract the effects of the adrenaline, promoting relaxation and allowing blood flow to return to the penis. It's a direct physiological intervention. You are literally telling your body to calm down, and it listens. Step 3 is reframing and repatterning. This step is about changing the mental narrative and creating new, positive associations. Once you've managed the immediate physiological response, you need to work on preventing future occurrences. This involves challenging negative thoughts. Identify the specific thoughts that trigger your anxiety. Are they about performance, self-image, past failures? Actively challenge these thoughts. Replace "I'm going to fail" with "I am here, I am present, and I am safe." You can also use positive visualization. Before intimate moments, spend a few minutes visualizing a successful, pleasurable experience. See yourself confident, aroused, and connected. Your brain responds well to vivid imagery. You can also use some sensate focus principles. Start by removing the pressure of intercourse entirely. Focus on non-genital touch. Explore pleasure without any expectation of an erection or performance. This retrains your nervous system to associate intimacy with pleasure and safety rather than anxiety and pressure. Gradually reintroduce genital touch and eventually intercourse, maintaining presence and utilizing your breathing techniques if anxiety arises. Implementing these steps requires practice, consistency, and patience. It's not a quick fix, but a process of re-educating your nervous system. You are teaching your brain to interpret intimacy as a state of safety and pleasure rather than a performance review. This leads to sustainable progress, building confidence, and resilience in the bedroom. Understanding this sudden adrenaline spike is the first step towards reclaiming your sexual experience. You now know it's not a personal failing, but a misfiring system, and you have the tools now to begin recalibrating it. For many men, however, implementing these strategies consistently and effectively on their own can be very challenging. The deeply ingrained patterns of anxiety and the unique triggers you face often require a more structured, guided approach. If you're ready to move beyond just understanding why this happens and are serious about building a daily protocol, a step-by-step roadmap to effectively manage your nervous system and overcome psychogenic ED, then I invite you to explore the transformational course that we have built. This comprehensive program provides the exact strategies and daily practices you need to shift your nervous system out of sympathetic overdrive permanently. It helps you build resilience, confidence, and reliable erections, giving you control over your sex life. This course was designed for men who are committed to real, lasting change and who want a clear, actionable path forward. It includes detailed modules on the nervous system, regulation, advanced mindfulness techniques, cognitive restructuring, and specific exercises to repattern your responses for intimacy. You can find the link to my transformational course in the description below this video. Don't let the fear of another panic-induced erection loss dictate your intimate life any longer. Take the step to truly understand and master your body's responses. Remember, recovery from psychogenic ED is a journey of self-discovery and repatterning. It requires dedication, but with the right tools and guidance, you absolutely can overcome these challenges. We see this every day. The power to change this pattern lies within you, and I'm here to guide you through it. I've placed a direct link to the transformational course here on the screen. Click now to start your journey or watch this next video to keep learning about your nervous system. The path to a more confident, connected life starts with that first step. I'll see you in the course.